What's up, guys? So I'm gonna go on a bit of a rant today, like any other time that I make a video. So I just left, or am leaving, my bank, and I'm trying to get a small loan for some personal things that are not frivolous things. They are things I need. And this is about the 5th or 6th time that I've went to my bank to get a loan. And I'm not going to say the amount because it's really not that much. But they always tell me, oh, you don't have credit. Oh, you don't have this. You don't have enough job history. Okay, all right, fair enough. I've been at the job I'm at now for closing in on a year. I'm about 2 months shy of being there a year. I make a decent amount of money, and my bank keeps telling me, oh, your rent's too high, your debt to income ratio is too, it's not very good, whatever they want to call it. But what puzzles me and kind of ticks me off to no end is the fact that there are people my age, I'm 21, almost 22, there are people my age that have, let me back up, materialistic things don't really matter, I'll say that, and let me go back to what I was saying before. There are people my age that have 3 and 4 different cars. There are people that have brand new houses that they are not renting. They are buying. They are paying on making house payments to buy. Sorry for the shakiness. I've got the phone on my mount in my car, and I'm driving, obviously. But anyway, and they have all these things because they got loans from their bank, and some of which were from the same bank that I bank with. Now, some of these people have had jobs for less time than I've had. I have zero clue how in the world they got any credit without mommy and daddy or grandparents signing for them, co-signing for them. But it just rather annoys me that I can't get a small personal loan for some things that I need, in my own life, and not a car. I've got 2. Not stupid things, not things that are unnecessary. One thing in particular that I do need. I'm not going to get into it because that's personal, but it is just, it's just, I don't know how else to say it, man. It's just annoying to see that on top of, it's June, middle of the summer. There's people my age going on trips to the beach, trips to out of the country, trips to all kinds of places. How are they affording that? That's what I want to know, because, most people have a job that is every day from, one time of the day, 9 hours after that, 9 to 10, maybe 12 or more, and have to go to those jobs, but they never get to go on a vacation because they don't live with their parents anymore. They don't have that luxury. Now, granted, there's people my age that are still going to school. That's all well and great. But when you turn 18, go. Oh my God. Sorry, I've got a little bit of road rage. When you turn 18, the way I see it is, your parents aren't financially responsible for keeping a roof over your head anymore. And there's people that are my age and older that seem to think they do, and they don't want to do any better for themselves, so they continue to stay put. I'm almost 22 years old. I'm married. I have a kid from a previous relationship, and I have all my things are on my own. I've had small bits of help here and there from my parents, but I don't live with them. I can't live with my mother. Can't live with my dad. Because I'm a grown man. I'm not a child anymore. Living with my parents went out the door the day I turned 18. Because they're not responsible for me anymore. They're not. They're just not. So, why is it... I know life's not fair. Boo-hoo, cry me a river, blah, blah, blah. I'm just trying to make sense of it. Why does it make sense that people my age get to have nice trucks, cars, a house, whatever else, and get to go out and do these things and yada, yada, yada? How do they afford that? I don't understand it. I bust my butt every day. Day in, day out. And I mean bust my butt. I'm covered. I mean, my hands are kind of washed right now, but I'll show you. But I'm nasty. I'm covered in grease from head to toe every day. So, I don't know. I'm just in a weird spot. It just doesn't make sense why all these other people get to have these things. But when I try and I do what I'm supposed to do, I don't do drugs, I don't party, I don't do any of those things you're not supposed to do. I make sure that my bills are paid, and I still can't save any money because all my money is going to bills. So why is it fair that I don't get to have a small loan from a bank, and they can just flat out tell me no? I apply, and they go and talk to some person, and they come back 5 to 10 minutes later and say, oh, you've got declined for like the 6th time because of whatever reasons on paper. They look at it on paper. They don't know me. They don't know that I'm going to pay the loan back, but I really need it. And I know they say, well, if you don't have the money, you don't need it. Well, in this day and age, that's not entirely true. We're going to get a little bit shaky. I'm hopping on the interstate. In this day and age, that's not entirely true. Because the economy is not in a spot where where people can say, oh, if you don't have the money for it, you don't need it. That's not true. It just, you know what I mean? So, I don't know. It's just not really right, you know? People that actually need things versus people that just want things, frivolous things. Sure, it's cool. You know, if that's what you want in life, is to have nice cars, trucks, houses, blah, 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 that's all power, all good for you. I would like to have those things too, but you got to build your financial status a little more before you really, I think, deserve those things. Like myself, when I get to that point, I will have earned it. 100% I will have earned it. Not to say that others haven't. That is not to say that others have not. But when I get to that point, I will have sincerely 110% earned it. So, I guess what I'm saying is, what it feels like to me is no matter how hard you try, no matter how good you do and, you know, do what you're supposed to, it just doesn't seem like it pays off as quickly as it should, or as fairly as it should. That sounds good, yeah. That sounds about right. So, I guess the message here is keep doing what everyone is doing and doing the right thing, because maybe one day it'll pay off. I guess everybody already knew that, but I feel like I'm at that point. I've been doing this on my own thing for about 5 years. I know it doesn't seem like that long, but 5 years and going through what I've gone through and doing the things that I'm doing is kind of a long time to me. But I got a long ways to go. So the message here is, like I said, keep on keeping on. I know that sounds cliche, but keep on keeping on. And maybe one day you'll get there. And maybe I will too. Like this video if you enjoyed it. Comment if you have anything to add. Subscribe. And if you want a little bit more content, I'll make more videos as I can. But as for now, I'll see you people another time. And I'll try to make more content. Like, comment, subscribe.